Hi everyone, this is Arpad from the YouTube channel Starpath Academy, and I would like to talk a little bit about the PayPal news that recently came out about them trying to charge their users, I guess, $2,500 for posting stuff on social media that they might deem or someone else might deem untruthful. So I don't know where or how they got the authority to do that, but it looks like that is the world that they are trying to push, that somehow these major corporations that exist only because of your willingness to work with them, somehow they think that they rule over you. And indeed, if you let them, they will. So usually that's the mainstream take on it, whoever at least is awake enough to see what's happening. However, I do believe there's a bigger trend here. Just thinking about, like, okay, there was a pushback, now they reversed that policy. So it's quite interesting. Now they reversed the policy, but they're trying to kind of wipe out the whole history of anything that happened through fact checkers checking the fact that yes, since they did it but they didn't intend it to do that, if you say they did it, you're lying. It's kind of crazy that even we're into this realm of mental gymnastics, but here we are, right? So yeah, I am canceling my PayPal. They have actually canceled the Buy Me a Coffee account. Actually, anyone who had a Buy Me a Coffee account, they kind of stopped working with them. So that was the biggest use, to make it more convenient for people to kind of sign up for that platform for me. But other than that, we have to make sort of micro sacrifices into the direction that we want to take this world. If not, somebody else will take it in a different direction. So what I wanted to talk about, that there is a bigger trend here. Just the audacity of some big company thinking that they can do this, right? Tells you that they're becoming more and more bold on what they think that they can get away with. And unfortunately, if people don't wake up, it's going to be reality where they will be able to get away with it because there's no other options, right? If just how with the media censorship working together on many different platforms, when they ban someone, they ban everyone or ban one person from all the platforms immediately. If this would have been something very similar, how would you fight back? So I think we have to think about alternatives. And unfortunately, I don't know if you have noticed this, probably, but it's more and more becoming a reality where cash is less and less accepted. And cash is slow, right? In the modern world, we need some other methodologies to trade with each other. So I think there's a multi-level attack that's happening, all working towards the big crux of 2030. For some reason, somebody chose that year, that everything will change by then. And if we're heading that way, I mean, it looks like it's going to happen. But I hope we have a say in that. So the bigger trend is to make you have no options other than the option that is accredited, or other than the options that are, pushed by the matrix, I guess. So I think passively moving away from the system is the best solution, but that doesn't really stop the system moving into your personal freedom, right? So I think more is needed. And by more, I mean making sure that everyone else knows about your passive resistance so they can join in, if not, then maybe you'll slow them down, but it's not gonna change course. So I think that's what needs to happen here, is that you moving away from the city into the woods, making your homestead, prepping and doing everything to prepare for, what may be coming, is just really buying you some time. Eventually, if you don't face it, then your children will have to, right? And what will they think of you? You know, you were too much of a coward to cancel cancel your PayPal account or cancel whatever accounts you had, you know. And I think not just that, like you have to be somewhat vocal about it. You have to be somewhat vocal about it. It's becoming to the point where it's not between party lines either. I think it's from left to right. It kind of shifted from top to bottom. Those who have control in the new matrix that's being built for you, and those who don't. So I think we have to talk along those lines. I don't know if a totalitarian government control would help any side, you know, left or right. So we really have, although one side may be more inclined, the other end is also pretty much inclined. It's blurred. The line is blurred. And it's purposely blurred for you, so you get confused and you point to the wrong direction. That's my take on it. There's definitely more inclination in the mainstream media, right, from one side, more from the left. But if you take a look at the actual actions or the older actions, you know, if you go back to 20 years, 8 years, so on and so forth, it's really just, you know, the left or the right leg. And the boot is pretty much the same, right? So how do you do this? How do you fight back? Well, one thing is that you have to be vocal about it. You have to be somewhat vocal about it, you know, not in a obnoxious manner, but like let your opinion know to your friends and family, yet let your opinion know on social media that, hey, this is too much. I'm not agreeing with it and I'm stopping it. And I'm stopping it within my life, you know. I think that's how you change everything. You start with the microcosm. You take a look at your own room first, what's around you, and you eliminate the stuff that you don't want to see in your future. And you move from there to your house, and from your house to your neighborhood, and help others in different ways, right? And then vocalize how you do it and be an inspiration for others to do it. So hopefully with this video, that's what I'm trying to achieve, you know. And it will come with minor sacrifices, right? Or minor inconveniences, but you have to know that the system moves through convenience. It makes something convenient. You know, think about Gmail. How much more convenient was it to use Gmail than all the other email providers before? Then slowly, suddenly it became like the big provider, right? Because it was more convenient. Then, yeah, they read your email. Yeah, sure, who cares, right? They do this, they do that. Now it's more convenient to use Google Maps with it, use another thing. There's really kind of a slow march on the lazy people first. And then as you give up more and more of your freedom, it will just encroach more and more to the point where you have been completely engulfed, like a slow moving amoeba that consumes everything, including its opponents. In this sense, they turn the opponents to serve the amoeba or the matrix, however you want to see it. So I think it's quite vital where we still have a good chance of turning this around. We turn it around, right? And we turn it around by also providing alternatives. While we still can, you know. So in the search of alternatives, you know, cash is pretty good, but it has its downsides for long-term storage, right? Long-term, you know, wealth building for your family, you know. Actual physical assets is pretty good in my opinion, right? But anything else really is just serving some kind of system. So you have to pick and choose what type of system you're kind of adhering to that doesn't serve you're turning you into an endless into endless servitude. So you have to watch out for those. And yeah, crypto could be one, of course, but you have to watch out what's being pushed. And it's really hard. But I think we do need some modern solution other than cash, because I think the modern economy needs something like that. And it has to be a decentralized solution that we all trust, right? But also you have to watch out for angles of attack, right? The high volatility of the crypto market kind of shifted people away from it, right? And backed crypto by something also has its kind of weak point, that whatever is backing it is a point of attack, right? So I think the solution is still out there, but it starts with you vocalizing that, hey, I have a need for something else than PayPal now because I refuse to use it, right? Or, if PayPal is not your thing, then pick your own thing, right? And don't lump this into the cancel culture. This is personal opinion. This is you moving away from the ones who want to enslave you. It's something different than when you go and vocally advocate for the demise of other people or having their livelihood taken away from, or you choosing and picking the solutions or products that you want to use. You do that every day. Every day you go to the supermarket, right? Or online or whatever, and you pick and choose, and you choose one over the other. I'm just asking, be more conscious about your choices and be more conscious of your future, right? And what are the products or what are the services that you are choosing? Because when we get to a point where there will be this watershed moment of where we're going, it will depend on the choices that you have made beforehand. So please think about that, and I hope you enjoyed this podcast. See you next time.